October is the most important month to do a return to sender. It's when the veil is thinnest, especially around Halloween, but I don't like to wait for those days. So I'm going to share with you guys how to do a return to sender. If you don't have time or the ingredients to do it, you give me a follow and come back to my profile. I'm going to be doing a collective return to sender that you can just put your intention into. But if you're going to do return to senders, the one I like to do that seems to be the most effective, get yourself a jar. I like these guys. I think they're pretty cool for return to senders. Get yourself a jar, fill it up halfway with water. You know, I like to use water from Mother Nature, so I go to the creek or collect rainwater. But you can use tap water, it works. So then you want to plunk, get yourself an egg and cleanse it before you break it, like picture white and gold light, just cleansing any energy from that. So now you want to crack the egg when it's room temperature, place it in your water, right? Throw on some chili flakes on top. Now you want to get hot sauce. I like to add cayenne pepper, but then, I like to add a few different hot sauces. The hotter, the better. I like to throw some dried chilies in there. You don't have to do that, but you at least need one hot sauce. Hotter the better. So you got your egg, you got your water, you got your chili peppers on top. You threw a bunch of chili flakes, your hot sauces, your cayenne pepper. And this is to return, see, it's all about intention. So those ingredients with the heat, that's kind of the returning part, right? And then what you want to do is you want to pour some salt into your jar, and that's to purify any negative energy that's been sent to you. Then you want to throw some garlic powder on top, and that's for protection from future energies. And you can be creative. I like to add a pinch of hyssop, just spice it up, do you, right? But that's how you do a return to sender if you don't have time or the ingredients to do it. I'm going to do a collective return to sender. You can check out my profile. But a lot of people say, a lot of questions I get when I post these videos is, what do I do with the jar after? How long do I leave it out? Do I have the lid on? Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so honestly, it doesn't really matter where you have the jar, but for me personally, I like to leave it outside in my backyard because I have the opportunity to do so, right? So I like to put it on the grass with like incense and candles around it, right? But you can leave it wherever you want. Unless it's raining, I don't have the lid on. And how long you want to leave it out depends on you. I used to do it for 24 hours and then flush them. Now I leave them out for like a week or two, sometimes 3 weeks. So that's up to you. Now, when it comes to discarding it, I was told, you can put it in your toilet, but when you're dumping it, apparently it's important not to look at it. So you want to make sure you're above your toilet, dump it out without looking, close the lid, flush it, and then rinse out your jar, open up your lid, dump it out without looking, and then, give it another flush. And, just give your jar a nice rinse with cold water with the intention of purifying any negative energy that may be in that jar from, what was happening. So that's how you do a return to sender. October is the most important month to do it. Thought I'd share it with you guys. If you want to join the collective return to sender that I'm about to do, come back to my profile. Over 62.5 thousand followers on TikTok. Big shout out to all my supporters on TikTok. Greatly appreciated. Love to see you over at YouTube at Saved by an Angel. Thank you, Archangel Michael. Instagram at AshSam888. That's all I got. Smash the like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.